Bitcoins are ripping like the new Scottie Pippen. God candles in play. What a hell of a day. Bitcoin market pumping like a mofo. I'll be explaining all the reasons why as I share the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we do each and every day. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, 2.2 million Bitcoin in play. Everything goes to zero against Bitcoin. Preach. We'll also be discussing strong inflows into ARC21 shares, Fidelity as Bitcoin ETFs, and the 8-day outflow streak. We'll also be discussing BlackRock includes Bybit ETF in their model portfolio. We'll be breaking down this latest insider report, as well as Bybit hackers resume laundering activities, moving another 62,200 of the stolen ETH still on the move. We'll also be discussing nothing has changed in the U.S. crypto banking since Trump returned, according to Caitlin Long. We'll also be discussing President Trump says crypto reserve will include Solana, XRP, and Cardano. This sent the entire crypto market surging here today. And he also confirms Bitcoin and Ethereum included in the United States Strategic Reserve. So there you have it. I'll be breaking down everything you need to know. He literally says Bitcoin is going to be at the heart of the strategic reserve for the United States. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this plus so much more here in today's show. If you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes. Go ahead, subscribe, then hit that bell icon, turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, including Sundays, just like this. Today is March 2nd, 2025. I'm your host, JV. A historic day for the markets. Trump confirmed the strategic Bitcoin reserve. He actually said strategic crypto reserve, but Bitcoin's going to be at the heart of it. And the entire market started pumping ever since. We're up literally 8,500 plus on the day, 100K in play, lots to cover, no time to waste. So let's dive right in. As you can see here on your screen, we got Coin360 pulled up, Bitcoin making a major move, up 10% on the day, trading at roughly 94,000 at the time of the live stream. XRP, massive gainer, up 32%, trading at $2.85. One of the biggest gainers is Cardano, up virtually 60%, now trading just shy of $1.03, and Solana up 23%. And the reason those three in particular are up so much is because Trump confirmed to all be a part of the United States Strategic Crypto Reserve, which we'll dive into a little deeper later in the stream. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap is currently sitting, and it's on fire right now, 3.12 trillion. It feels good to be back above the 3 trillion milestone. Bitcoin market cap 1.864 trillion, with roughly 157 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance pull back some, currently 59.6%. Ether dominance is sitting at 9.6%. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. Cardano leading the pack, up 60%, followed by XRP and IOTA. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. It just feels good to see almost everything back in the green. It's been a hot minute as virtually everything has been in the red. It feels like forever. And zooming out on the monthly just to get this in perspective, don't get it twisted. Still the majority of the alts wrecked over the past 30 days. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today we're at 26 in fear. Yesterday was a 23 days ago. We hit the bottom in extreme fear with a 10. And what did I say? The lower this number goes, the silver lining, the more likely of a pump. And lo and behold, that was the bottom. And today we're at 26, last week a 50, and last month a 76 in greed. And checking out the time chain calendar, unfortunately, is it up? Is it up? It's been down the past 48 hours. It's finally back up. Hallelujah. Check it out. You can currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 1,066 sats. We're currently on block height number 886,038, and we have 163,962 blocks until the next halving of 2028. And if you don't know, now you know, broskies. And again, welcome everyone to this historic day in the Bitcoin market. Yeah, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to pull up some of the live charts and we'll just dive right into today's technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. So here you go. Just give me a second actually to pull up the proper scene for you so you can see clearly. And look at that. This is the hourly chart. You can see 1, 2, 3 mega bull candles on the hourly, then finally a corrective red, and we're resuming right where we left off, right on the cusp of 94,000 at the time of the live stream. And this live chart, this is live chart action Jackson satisfaction, brought to you by the Nippinator Trading View via Coinbase is the exchange we're looking at. And again, the bottom on Coinbase today is 85, and the current spot we're at is 94. So we're already up $9,000 on the daily. And again, that's the 1 hour chart. Taking a quick look at the 4 hour. Also, as you can see, 3 consecutive green candles, which means for the past 12 hours, it's been nothing but a pump fest. And happy 420. It's 420 here in Puerto Rico. So happy 420 to the broskies. And zooming out from the 4 hour, we'll take a look at the daily. And about time we get a massive green candle. As you can see, there hasn't been a candle like this in a very long time. We do have a rising wedge formation sensation here on the daily chart, but we still have 2 bear targets which are on the radar you need to just be aware of. One sitting at roughly 68.6, and then a super bear target sitting all the way down at 49 G's, baby. And zooming out from there, we're going to take a look at the weekly. And you guys let me know, do you think the bottom is in? We did tap 78 just the other day, but already we're right back getting very close to 100,000. So I tend to believe that the bottom is in, and this is the confirmation. And as you can see on the weekly chart, we still have the sexy cup and handle target sitting at 124,000. Let me know when you feel we'll likely hit that target. I'm still optimistic that we can hit this here in Q1 sometime for the month of March, which means we got another, 30,000 pump from here. But you guys let me know. But remember, in the month of November, let's actually look at the monthly chart. Let's not forget, the month of November was the most bullish green candle close we have ever witnessed. We went up roughly 30,000. So if we can get another 30,000 ascension in fiat on the Bitcoin chart for this month of March, which is definitely starting out on the right foot, then we would hit that target of 124, which to me is logically the next step up. Current price discovery was achieved on Inauguration Day, which was January 20th, the morning before Trump was announced and sworn in as president. And lo and behold, here we are today. You know what I mean? Looking to recapture what we lost since the past few weeks. And so you guys let me know where you feel will likely end the month of March. February, unfortunately, was bearish, though historically it tends to be bullish. So maybe we'll have a mega bullish March to make up for it. But you guys let me know your thoughts. So next story, let's discuss some of the ETF inflows. I think there's going to be major inflows starting tomorrow. Obviously, legacy markets are closed over the weekend and we're still pumping due to the big news. But here we go. Strong inflows into ARK21, Fidelity, Bitcoin ETFs, and the 8-day outflow streak. Thank God. The U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs recorded 94.3 million inflow on February 28th, breaking 8 consecutive days of outflows as Bitcoin made a partial recovery towards 85. And what's ironic is when I woke up this morning, we were 85 and we're already at like 95, inching closer and closer to recovering back above 100 G's. The ARK21 shares Bitcoin ETF and Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund led the way with 194 million and 176 million of net inflows, respectively, according to the Far Side data. ARK-B and FBTC combined 370 million inflow, more than covered the 245 million outflow from Bybit, while the Bitwise Bitcoin ETF and Grayscale's Mini Trust ETF saw 4.6 million and 5.6 million of net inflows. The Bitcoin products issued by Invesco, Franklin, Valkyrie, and Wisdom Tree registered 0 inflows on the day, while the Van Eck Bitcoin ETF and GBTC bled with outflows. I mean, what else is new? And while the 8-day streak was finally broken, a 94 million net inflow hardly caused a dent in the 3.26 billion in net outflows that occurred between February 18th and the 27th. It's been a rough month of February, but thank God we're past that and we're in March, which is definitely kicked off on the right foot. February 25th was the worst day ever, with a record 1.13 billion of outflows for the U.S. Bitcoin products. The mass outflows coincided with the 18% fall of the Bitcoin price from February 18 to the near 4-month low of 78,940, which again we just had within 48 hours ago, which is crazy. The volatility here, yo. The shaky start to the year resulted in the spot Bitcoin ETFs recording a net outflow outflow of 300 million since January 10th of this year, the date which marked the first anniversary of the Bitcoin products launching. I believe, to be a little more historically correct, it was January 11th. I never forget because 11's my number, and I remember anything to do with 11. My jerseys always have the number 11. I was born on the 11th. My daughter was born on the 11th. 11, 11, 11. You already know. Despite the market fall, industry pundits such as the Bitwise chief, and I think where they got this number from, January 10th, they were approved, but they didn't launch until January 11th. A divine omen there, 111. But despite the market fall, industry pundits such as the Bitwise chief investment officer Matt Hougan have said now is the best time in history to buy the Bitty, while it hovers around the 80 to 90 range. Couldn't agree more. Hopefully you guys did a little BTFD on StatStack on Saturday, because yesterday we were stacking the sats. And quoting Jake Stravinsky, the chief legal officer of Variant, "This is the moment of the greatest opportunity for crypto. Let me know if you agree, disagree." Massive news coming from the Trumpster and the Trump administration, which has all been confirmed, which we will be diving into. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve is our featured story of the day, which is obviously sending the market parabolic, which we love to see. Let's continue with the news. Here's the latest from BlackRock, world's largest asset manager. BlackRock officially includes Bybit, the Bitcoin ETF fund, in their model portfolio. And let's break down the significance of this. Bloomberg, and ignore the dogs. That's not Nipsey whining or barking. My neighbor's dogs are always like doing their own thing. Nipsey is always a gentleman. Very quiet, relaxed, and we may get another Nipinator indicator. Stay tuned. Citing BlackRock Investment Outlook that its journalists had viewed reports that the firm added 1 to 2% allocation for Bybit and model portfolios that allow for alternative investments. Model portfolios are a basket of different investments crafted by a financial advisor. Michael Gates, lead portfolio manager over at BlackRock's Target Allocation ETF Model Portfolio Suite, reportedly wrote in an investment commentary this week that the firm believes Bitcoin has long-term investment merit and could potentially provide unique and additive sources of diversification of the portfolios. And back in January, BlackRock CEO Lawrence Fink said the sovereign wealth funds could drive the price of the Bitty higher if they attempt to hedge against local fears, such as inflation and political or economic uncertainty. Quoting him here, "If you are frightened of the debasement of your currency or you're frightened of the economic or political stability of your country, you can have an internationally based instrument called Bitcoin that will overcome those local fears." Preach. And he continues, "And so I'm a big believer in the utilization of that as an instrument. And so if that becomes true and you see that it could be a proper hedge against hope securities or equities, the question is, could you see it to be 2% or a 5% allocation? Me personally, 95%, but yeah, I'm based. I was with the Sovereign Wealth Fund during this week, and that was the conversation. Should we have a 2% allocation? Should we have a 5% allocation? If everybody adopted that conversation, it would be 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 per Bitcoin. Send it. And if you missed yesterday's podcast, we cover Standard Chartered Bank, in which BlackRock is the primary shareholder of. They're projecting Bitcoin hit 500,000 while Trump is in office. If you missed the pod, you can go check it out when this pod today is over. The U.S. SEC greenlit the first spot Bitcoin ETFs. They officially launched on January 11th of last year, so it's only been virtually a year, bringing in billions of dollars worth of inflows to the digital asset market. The regulator subsequently approved the Ethereum ETFs for trading back in July. And there you have it, yo. And again, welcome everyone joining the stream. We're blowing this stream up today. 1,900 viewers here, as massive news came from Trump this morning, which sent the Bitcoin price and the entire crypto market parabolic. Next story of the day. We discussed the latest from BlackRock. Now let's discuss the Bybit hacker as the Ethereum continues on the move. That's right. Headline here reads, Bybit hackers resume laundering activities, moving another 62,200 Ethereum. North Korea's Lazarus Group laundered another 62,200 ETH, worth 138 million from the February 21st Bybit hack, which was of 1.4 billion, which is mind-boggling, leaving only 156,000 left to be moved. According to a anonymous analyst, approximately 343,000 of the Ether of the 499,000 Ether stolen from the 1.4 billion Bybit hack has been moved, and they expect the remaining funds to be cleared in the next 3 days. The 343,000 Ether move equates to 68% of the stolen funds, up from 54%. Ember CN previously noted that laundering activities have slowed amid efforts from the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, calling on node operators, crypto exchanges, bridges, and others to block the transactions linked to the Bybit hackers. The FBI shared 51 Ethereum addresses operated by or linked to the Bybit hackers, while blockchain analytics firm Elliptic had flagged over 11,000 crypto wallet addresses possibly linked to them. Crypto forensics firm Chainalysis said the hacker converted portions of the stolen Ether into Bitcoin. So what does that say? The hackers don't even want to hold the Ether. She's Louise. Also, the DAI stablecoin and other assets through decentralized exchanges, cross-chain bridges, and instant swap services without know your customer protocols, so that obviously they can get away with it. One of those protocols includes cross-chain asset swap protocol ThorChain. Developers behind the protocol received heavy criticism for facilitating a significant share of the transfers made by the North Korean hackers, allegedly. One of the ThorChain developers, known as Pluto, said they would no longer contribute to the protocol after a vote to block the North Korean hacker-linked transactions were reverted. It shared that ThorChain's founder, John Paul Thorbjornsen, said he no longer has the involvement with the cross-chain protocol, while pointing out that none of the sanctioned crypto wallet addresses listed by the FBI and the Treasury Office of Foreign Asset Control have interacted with the protocol. The 1.4 billion Bybit hack on February 21st was by far the largest exploit in all of crypto history, more than doubling the losses from the 650 million Ronin Bridge hack on March 23rd of 2022. And if you don't know, now you know. Next story of the day, and then our featured story with the Crypto Strategic Reserve for the United States and the announcements from Trump and everything you need to know. First, nothing has changed in the U.S. crypto banking since Trump returned. According to Caitlin Long, the U.S. government has done nothing to address crypto banking issues since Trump returned to the White House. According to the Custodia Bank CEO, again, Caitlin Long, speaking on stage at ETH Denver February 28th, Long said, while the perception is that there has been a loosening, none of the federal banking agencies have actually overturned any of the anti-crypto guidance. Very interesting, as she shared here. It is still presumed unsafe and unsound for a bank to touch a digital asset, even in a de minimis amount. She argued while saying nothing has changed. That is going to change, no doubt, but Trump hasn't proposed anything yet. The CEO of the crypto-friendly bank said the White House needs to appoint a new chair to lead the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which we know is the FDIC, which Long said has largely opposed evolving with technological change for the past part of 15 years under Martin Gruenberg's leadership, as shared here. This is why the banking system is so backwards in this country, because for the last 15 years, we have somebody who isn't interested in any change. Go figure. Now, Gruenberg, who was replaced by the acting chair Travis Hill January 20th, has been accused of being one of the key orchestrators of Operation Choke Point 2.0. Well, if that's true, let's fire this motherfucker and replace them ASAP. There is no room for anyone anti-crypto, a part of this administration, or running in the FDIC or the banks, or they're going to continue to hostage crypto and use it and weaponize it against us. In my humble opinion, get rid of them all. A purported federal effort to debank the crypto companies, which we're all aware of under the Biden administration. We had Senator Warren, Gary Gensler. They were all working on behalf of Operation Choke Point 2.0. You know what I mean? Now, Long acknowledged that the SEC has done a massive 180 on its crypto policy and is waiting for a similar shift in banking regulation. One day after Trump was inaugurated on January 20th, that's when we hit the all-time high, 109.3, the SEC established the Crypto Task Force led by SEC Commissioner the crypto mom, Hester Pierce, to support the new approach. The SEC notably canceled the controversial rule, Staff Accounting Bulletin 121, that asked financial firms holding crypto to record them as liabilities on their balance sheet, which was a bunch of bullshit. They just weaponized crypto there, but that has been overturned. Long also hopes the U.S. passes long-awaited stablecoin legislation soon, but wants to see stronger consumer protections set in place, most notably making sure the banks hold on to cash, quoting her here. The average bank in the United States right now holds 8 cents in cash against every $1 of demand deposits. That's fundamentally unstable and fundamentally susceptible to a bank run. Let's touch upon that. This is something called fractional reserve banking. So for every dollar that gets deposited, they're lending out virtually 92 cents on every dollar, only keeping 8 cents, if even that. So what is a bank run? That's when everyone goes to let's say it's a local bank. They all go to the local bank at the same time and demand their money. And the bank says, oops, Sorry, we don't have that kind of money. And then the bank goes belly up, which we have witnessed before. Now, in the crypto industry, I think we have learned that the business model does not work, citing Silvergate bank collapse. That's right. To adequately protect consumers, stablecoin issuers must be forced to hold the cash to back the stablecoin liability. Now for our featured story, breaking news just in. President Trump says crypto reserve will include Solana, XRP, and Cardano. And of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum will be at the heart of it all. This is the breaking news which sent Bitcoin on a parabolic run-up, up $9,000 on the day as the crypto market continues to surge. So let me break down some tweets first and foremost. This morning I woke up, Bitcoin was 85,000, then all of a sudden we were in the 90s, and I'm like, what's going on? And I saw this news. President Trump says, obviously, Bitcoin will be included in the strategic reserve. That's right, because we got to get to the original post. This is what he wrote on Truth Social, where it broke. A U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the presidential working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano. I will make sure the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. But naturally, that led to a lot of controversy because people are like, yo, why didn't you include the obvious? Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then he later tweeted, and obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum, as other valuable cryptocurrencies, will be at the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's not forget, he dropped like 5 or so NFT collections on Ethereum. That's why I thought it was a little odd he didn't include it, but then he backtracked and was like, yeah, well, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the keyword, Bitcoin at the heart of the strategic reserve. Preach. And let's check out some of the other tweets here. President Trump confesses to loving Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yep, as I just read to you. I also asked the question, why didn't Trump mention Bitcoin in the U.S. Crypto Strategic Reserve? This was immediately when I first saw the first post. So I just asked people, is it because he has no plan of including it? It's given Bitcoin's included, Bitcoin kills the state, or because Trump's a shitcoiner, and 62% of you hit the nail on the head. It's a given. Bitcoin is included. So well done on that one. Samson Mao's response, Bitcoin might be up, but it's a sad day for America if they actually shitcoin at a nation state level. I can't really say I'm surprised though, with Trump having launched the meme coin. Hyper shitcoinization awaits. Well, I hope it's hyper Bitcoinization, but it does look to be like hyper shitcoinization is a coming. Now, some other tweets. Max Kaiser responded to Donald Trump's big announcement here. A wise man once said, if you don't know who the chump is at the crypto poker table, you're the chump. Trump's holding a pair of deuces, diluting America's financial sovereignty with shitcoins. Holding Bitcoin only is 4 aces, and only El Salvador has a win in hand. And again, that's coming from Max Kaiser. Also, this I found to be the most interesting. Very early this morning when I woke up, I saw this post from Jason Williams, and here's what he wrote. Going 50x long on ETH and Bitcoin with $200 million is crazy. This is either a very rich degenerate or a market maker that is about to move the market in a meaningful way on the spot side, or simply put, this looks like an insider March 7th confirmation of the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve locked. 2% dip and $200 million gets wiped. So that blew my mind because let's just put this in perspective. If somebody is risking, because it is gambling, leverage trading, if you're willing to risk 200 million, it's safe to say you're a multi-billionaire. Safe to say? Can I get an amen? So someone worth billions of dollars was willing to risk 200 million on a 50x long, which is the most retarded thing anyone can do unless you have insider information, which leads me to this next meme. Father, I'll go 50x long today, and then you post about the U.S. crypto reserve. So was it Barron? Who the fuck knows? Was it an insider in Trump's team? I'm 99% convinced it must have, because no one is that retarded to do a $200 million bet on a 50x long where you can get liquidated with a 2% motherfucking dip. So you guys let me know who you think that insider was. It had to have been an insider. I don't have any other logic for it. And shout out for Jason Williams for actually calling it. Clearly, it's not the March 7th confirmation announcement, but the big announcement unexpected here on a Sunday. Hence, they just made an insane profit. I don't have the exact numbers, but when you go 50x with $200 million and Bitcoin pumps a God candle, that's a godly, combination there when you actually hit it, in which they clearly did. But my next poll: will Trump make Bitcoin/crypto exempt from social or from capital gains tax? Because that's the other rumor, that the Trump administration is going to make all cryptocurrencies made in the USA tax exempt from capital gains. So I asked this question. 35% of you said Bitcoin, yes, only. No to the alts. 37% of you say yes, the chosen cryptos that he chooses. 6% of you say never. And 21% of you say don't know. So thanks for participating in that poll, which is still live. You'll find it on my X. But let's dive a little deeper here. President Trump, our POTUS, recently announced that the president's working group on digital assets has been directed, and this is official, to include XRP, Solana, and Cardano in the U.S. Crypto Strategic Reserve. That's why all of these coins right now are pumping insanely. You got XRP up 33% on the day, Cardano up 60%, Solana up 25%. That's because of this tweet. The president did not mention Bitcoin in his original post, but then he came back to say, of course, it's included, which I already shared with you. He also said, if I am elected, it'll be policy of my administration, the United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the government currently holds, the Bitcoin stockpile, or acquires into the future. We will keep 100%. And Cynthia Lummis is proposing for the bill for the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve to acquire 1 million Bitcoin. Michael Saylor says Trump should really go for 20% of the Bitcoin supply, which would be, I believe, 5 million Bitcoin, 5x what Lummis is proposing. He also said, I hope you do well, at least. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. The president continued. The U.S. president's language on the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve or stockpile shifted following his January 23rd executive order, directing the group to establish a digital asset stockpile. So as you know, and again, I'll touch upon this really quick. Initially, when Trump first made that very bullish speech in Nashville at the Bitcoin conference, he specifically said, if I'm elected president, we're going to create a Bitcoin strategic reserve for the United States. And then more recently, he switched up the lingo and he said, instead of Bitcoin, crypto, which means he's going to include other coins. And we got that confirmation today. Again, Cardano, Solana, and XRP are to be included in the crypto strategic reserve for the United States of America. Hence, the entire market is up 10% on the day, almost a God candle, roughly 1,300 shy of that, and only 6,000 shy of recapturing 100 Gs. Welcome everyone to the live stream. This is the Q&A segment of the show. Considering we're making major moves, I'm going to be pulling up the live charts. We'll do some live Q&A, and I'll kick it with a fan. Welcome y'all joining us. Make some motherfucking noise.
Know when to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding. Bitcoins are ripping like a new Scottie Pippen. 80 G's, we're royalty, bitty kings and queens. Our kingdom has come, we've been manifesting. We're raising up the bitty like Gohan. We live in a hodl house, we play chess and we're not the pawn. We're raising the roof now,